Hi y'all, it is Fontaine Felicia Foxworth back, and this is the last time you're going to see me in this gorgeous light, y'all, because I am moving from where I have been, and you know, the universe always knows how to push me out of some place. I can tell you that much. If you could see how many addresses I've had in the last couple of years, it ain't pretty. But you know, this is kind of all a part of what this video is about today. Okay, this video is about the homelessness, the lack and the struggle, the lag and manifestation, and everything that has everything to do with struggle that us awakened people go through. Okay, so here we go. So recently I posted this on my Instagram page. Check it out. Okay, you guys, I posted that about, well, before I went to sleep the night, you know, and I woke up the next morning and saw over 100 likes, like 15, 16 comments of people just, you know, showing love and resonating and thumbs up and prayer hands and saying, sign me up, put me on the list. You know, I was just so overwhelmed by just how many people, you know, really was feeling the same way and really thinking that this idea was something that is so necessary. And in that moment, I truly realized, like, it truly just connected how collective homelessness and lack and struggle and all that type of stuff is, you know, in the collective of waking people. So in that moment, I was like, dang, I have to do a video about this. I have struggled with homelessness over the years, especially since I started waking up. And earlier this year, I found myself on the West Coast, on Skid Row, in the worst homeless shelter in LA, downtown LA. And you know, as I was there with everybody else, with everything that I owned on my person, to my name, just like everybody else, as I was there waiting for my bed ticket. Like I said in my purpose video, my heart chakra opened up and I was just overwhelmed with this sense of unconditional love like I've never felt it before. And thankfully, I was spared from having to stay the night because the universe came through synchronistically in the last minute, and I did not have to stay that night. But I do believe that the universe, my higher self, put me in that position just so I can realize a part of my purpose. You know, I had been struggling in hostels, you know, trying to, you know, stay afloat, and the universe pushed me out of that hostel and I landed there. But I absolutely know that it was for the purpose of me realizing my bigger purpose. And I know that it was the root of my Healing Hostel idea, which is one of my initiatives for soultribe.net, which is my nonprofit social media network that's developing right now, and organization to help raise humanity and help heal, you know, awakened ones and all of that good stuff. My goal is to open and operate healing hostels programs in 4 or 5 of the major big cities that, you know, currently is plagued with gentrification and greed. New York City for sure, the Bay Area for sure, DC, just to name a few. And this is what I want to do, but I'll get back to that at the end of the video. Now, let's focus on what I want to talk about. Why do we as a collective seem to experience this phenomenon of homelessness, lack and limit, the inability to manifest, you know, when we need it, a feeling of not being successful, or just the struggle being so real, even down to people, you know, lashing and projecting on you when you start to wake up, all of that, just the struggle of just being, you know. Why do we seem to collectively experience this phenomenon? One of my subscribers asked if there was a theory behind it, and honestly, my answer was that I believe that once we wake up out of the matrix initially, and we start to realize the very stark difference in vibration, of anybody who's sleeping or any situation or surroundings or anything like that. Once we actually realize the difference in that frequency and our raising frequency, it kind of just completely shuts down whatever it was that allowed us to coexist in the matrix, whatever it was that allowed us to remain asleep. Those cords are severed, and out of nowhere, we start just being unable to function in the matrix, and the struggle is real. You end up probably quitting or getting fired. You lose family. You lose friends. You lose your homes. You lose everything that was rooted in the matrix, everything that was connected to your false sense of self or your false ego. And so it's disorienting. Trust me, I know, and I believe that is why so many of us go through this, major struggle and end up homeless in the streets, or homeless, on couches and hostels, no money. Many of our businesses don't go well. We try to be entrepreneurs when we first break away, and if it's not 100% aligned in purpose, it just seems to give us so much problems. If it's not aligned in purpose, it just doesn't sustain the way we want to. And then some of us fall into the trap of spiritual capitalism, where, we believe that you should pay or charge what you're worth. And a lot of us get caught up in that illusion, and it's all a part of disconnecting from the matrix, going through all of the motions, and then having to relearn who we are, having to relearn our power, learning that we are spirit beings, learning that we are infinite, learning that we are co-creators. It's not until then that we are able to kind of get ourselves back together and start living instead of surviving, and start naturally gravitating towards things that will benefit our highest and greatest good. When we're plugged into the matrix and we're in the program, that doesn't happen. But we were able to survive because we didn't know any better. Once we break apart, everything changes, and we're like babies again, and we have to re-teach ourselves. It's like we got to take babies crawl, we got to take baby steps, then we got to stand on something and lean on something to stand up, so to speak, in this process. So I think that is the major brunt of why we collectively go through all of this struggle, y'all. And it's very stressful, but it takes time. It really takes time to go through it. In the heavy meat of it all, like I said, we lose family, friends, jobs, homes. We can't run in the same circles. We can't do the same things that we used to. It literally feels like your life is destroyed, straight up. And I remember just feeling just unrelenting irritation and resentment over waking up at certain points in my ascension. Like, the hell, if I was still asleep, none of this would be a goddamn problem. And that's how I used to always feel, screaming and yelling at my guides and screaming and yelling at. So it's like, why me? So I totally feel you on that. Think of it as being a regular plug in the wall, like the two little prongs in a regular plug. The whole world plugs in to that regular outlet. But when you start to wake up and you start to embark on your spiritual journey, what happens is you become a three-prong plug, which means you can no longer fit in the outlets that everybody else fits in. You now need a special outlet with a new special plug for you to fit in, that matches your electricity, your frequency, your vibration. So if you visualize it in that way, it really helps you understand that, we are in the world, but not of it, so to speak. We can't fit in them little two plugs no more, two-prong plugs. We extra plug. We got an extra little, thing insert. So if you think of it that way, that will really help you visualize, the process. If you are currently going through it right now, y'all, trust me, I feel your pain. I know exactly what you are going through. If you feel confused, if you feel fed up, if you feel tired, if you just feel over it, if you feel like you just want to quit this whole process, trust me, I have been there plenty of times for a long time. I know exactly what you mean. If you feel like you have done all this spiritual work, you have gone within, you have really just changed, completely transformed from the inside out, and you're wondering why your inner reality is not reflecting externally, or why your external situation is not, changing, as much as you've done all this work. I understand. I can't tell you enough. I had to clap on it, snap on it. I understand, y'all. Here is my advice to you. I have 3 things that could help you get through this period of being on ice. Like I said in my very first video that I put on YouTube, a lot of us collectively are on ice. This means that we have to prepare and prep for our blooming, for our full ascending into our higher self. So here are my 3 pieces of advice for all of you who are going through it. Number 1, do not give up. I repeat, do not give up. I had my own brush with ascension depression that almost took me out of here. And thank God it did not happen. Do not give up. Our soul chooses this on some level. And I know that if I consciously knew how hard this embodiment was going to be, I would have not come here. I'd have been like, you know what, Earth in 3D, y'all going to have to figure this out, because I'm not fitting to go through all of this. But, clearly that didn't happen because I'm here. But we chose this. We might not have known exactly how hard it was going to be, especially if you're a starseed, but you are here. Okay, you have been given this life because you can handle it, no matter how hard it gets. I am a firm believer that God, this, source, the universe, never gives you anything that you can't handle, ever. And I know that, you probably have heard that before, but it really is the truth. And I'm a prime example, living, walking in the flesh. Okay, because I done been through some shit. And I know y'all done been through some shit too. So it's very real. God, source, doesn't give us anything that we can't handle. So I know it's hard. And if you're going through your hard times, I understand you, but don't give up. Okay, so number 2. I know I spoke about this in a previous video about how to work back in the matrix temporarily. Honestly, it's all about getting your coins together. It's all about getting financially stable. The goal should not be to be rich and flashy and materialistic. Right now, if you've been through some shit, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you done been through some shit, or you're going through some shit, the goal literally should be to just get back to a place of comfort. Worry about self-love. Worry about the roof over your head. Worry about the clothes on your back, the shoes on your feet, the food in your belly. That should be what's most important. If you have to take a little break from pursuing purpose, never stop your spiritual development and growth. But if you have to take a break from the purpose and what you truly are here to do, just to make sure that you can be comfortable and have everything that you need and wake up feeling safe and secure, do that. Watch the video about working in the matrix, because I give some really good tips about that. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's going to come. You are only working in the matrix to just save up this money. That's what I had to do, and I'm still at my job saving up money for this move. I don't know where exactly I'm going to go yet, but I'm doing what I have to do, and it's bringing me a lot of joy to know that I finally have some money in my pocket. And I'll be able to afford a computer soon. Like, all the things that you need to prep you and further advance you into your purpose. Take a break and do it if you have to. If you're watching this video, you are ready. You already kind of malfunctioned out of the matrix, and now you know your power. You know your creative consciousness. Use it. Surrender to it. Have faith in it, because it will work everything out. And number 3 is, ultimately, find your purpose. I'm a firm believer, like I said, that purpose will sustain you. Okay? It's not about how much money you're going to make, or, how fancy you're going to be. It's truly about divine purpose, what you are living and breathing here to do. Once you truly find that, you will be amazed how you just kind of spin in everything you need for your life. You will manifest very quickly, and I have seen it happen to me in less than a month after I fully bloomed into my higher self and fully put all the pieces together over years of searching for purpose, and I finally found it. And that is soultribe.net. Like I said, it's going to be the world's first non-profit social media network, healer lightworker directory for free healing. And also, I want to run a bunch of programs, events, grants, just all of this stuff to help people who are waking up. Okay, so as promised, the end of this video is about my idea for healing hostels in major cities where gentrification and greed is running rampant and going crazy. Okay, my idea is to run a healing hostel where awakened people can apply. There'll be either a 2-week or 4-week program for a small fee, of course, just for the rent, very small. But what will be included is 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, okay, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Monday through Friday, I'm going to have a revitalizing spirit program at the hostels. So, you know, in the morning, there'll be a morning meditation. There'll be like a midday yoga, a physical activity. There'll be another activity for healing, something creative like, you know, crystal making or something like that, jewelry making. And then every night before bed, there'll be like some kind of healing circle, you know, different topics like purpose finding. The whole program is meant to revitalize your spirit and to get you back up in spirit again if you've been suffering so much so that you know, can't afford a place to live. It's a short-term situation, so obviously you get to save money while you're in the program. Okay, and then Saturdays, I want to do like a field trip every Saturday, and then I want to party, y'all. I want to have a DJ, you know, just beer and wine, and do a party every Saturday. And then Sunday would be like a free, sacred, you know, day for you to rest and recuperate along the whole 2 or 4 week program. So I want to do this, y'all, and I am not going to let any obstacle get in my way. Money, nothing. I know that as a non-profit official charity, I'm going to be able to get grants, and I'm going to be able to get, you know, corporate donations. I'm speaking it into existence now because this is one of my biggest purpose initiatives. Okay? And I'm going to do this. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching. It all is going to start with soultribe.net, the social media network. So this is a quick reminder. If you are willing to donate your services as a healer, whatever you offer, anything from tarot and Reiki to energetic protection, holistic, you know, whatever it is, please fill out that registration form in the description below. Okay, I'm going to launch January 2019, so I want to start with as many healers and light workers as possible. And if you have not yet come into your healing gifts, be prepared to sign up as a tribe member, y'all, as a soul tribe family member, and let's just get ready to break this matrix apart. Okay? Thank you for watching. Much love and light as always.